My life is very busy. I am sorry.
It's true, and at this rate, we probably, in addition to the week segment during the main show, we probably have to establish the new "What is your upcoming week's segment" in the pre-show. This didn't come out
That's
as
probably.
snappy as I intended. Hello and
I mean,
welcome to
that's
the
probably more.
awkward
Oh, hi.
cast. And why? And Keyframe. Wonder about random
Talk about
dribble.
random dribble.
It's true. And with
Uh,
us for only the second time. How have we done so badly? Welcome back, PaleoSteno. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
That I'm glad to hear. Since it has been so long, and uh, okay, I don't really have a second point. Since it has been so long, please do tell us and the viewers who you are, what you do, and why people should care.
I feel bad. I was trying to. I do the office thing where I look to the camera,
Uh huh.
but now my camera's over here, so now it just looks like I'm looking over at the letter that you sent me that I have hanged on the wall.
Yeah, so I'm PaleoSteno. I do YouTube stuff mostly. Um,
Ew.
I've been doing videos. Recently I've been getting back into doing pony stuff.
I mean, the show is also
Ever
recently
since
coming back,
yeah,
so good timing.
yeah, ever since the G5 stuff came out. Um, but yeah, mainly just do videos about like cartoons and stuff I like. And also I just ramble on Twitter sometimes. So that's what I do.
Making OCs and
Yeah, I've been making a lot of OCs. Like, it's so weird because I've had my pony for the longest time, like literally since 2011. When I joined the Brony fandom,
Oh, I remember.
I only just gave him a name,
I was.
because I always
Oh.
just like had him as like
your
just a
YouTube
representation
moniker.
of me.
Mm,
And I was like,
mm.
that's
Mhm.
Paleo, I guess. It was like, but that doesn't make sense for like what he is. He has like a dolphin cutie mark. Why is he called Paleo? Um, so I decided to give him a name, and then I made like 3 other ponies based on my major interests.
Sea
Like
Dreamer. Hmm.
one for paleontology, one for gaming, and another one for like movies and animation.
It's always
Mhm.
interesting when you have like the pony Sona and you never really thought about it in the term of like character name
Yeah.
because I think for the longest time I just had like the moniker of Keyframe MLP because I was like I just like the name Keyframe, and then I was
Mhm.
like it's not really a character name, and then eventually I added Inkwell at the end,
Hmm.
and then people started thinking that I was related to Inkrose, and I didn't like that. Not that I don't like Inkrose, she's a sweet gal, but like it's the thing of not one person doesn't don't own the name Ink.
Got to tell this to all the quills and the silvers. Who also
Exactly.
like, yeah, no, there is a sleeping quill who, when you refer to them as quill, then everybody thinks like, oh, silver. No, and when I say silver, and then we have our friend Pancake, who's also going by silver, and then when you talk about silver, it's again like, yeah, it's a whole
Yeah.
mess.
I had a
I
great moment with Paleo where I was trying to come up with names with his OCs, and then and then he kept saying, "Oh wait, no, that's AC's OC name. That's Saber's OC name." It's like, really?
They have
No,
names,
no.
all of them. I mean,
Oh yeah, because you
no.
were saying like, oh yeah, it's
Seat
uh,
filler, I think was one of them.
yeah, seat filler and what was the other one? I need to look
Oh
back.
God, our conversations are not long, so
I
should
mean,
not be
Yeah.
hard to find.
but yeah, at this point now I'm feeling called out because yeah, my Sona's name is also just like either it's A and Y or it's like the
Oh yeah, it was a
phonetic
blank
spelling.
space.
Yeah, or the phonetic
Ah, blank
spelling.
space, yeah. But yeah, it was just that it was like the Game Grumps moment where they're talking about Psychic Pebble saying that the reason his voice sounds so fucked up was a car accident he had as a kid. He's like, wait, really? No, it's just no. But your OCs are really cute. I like the
Yeah, thanks.
I like them.
Yeah, if you open it up in like another tab, you can see like the full image.
Oh, let's do
Um,
that. Voila.
uh, but yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah,
Okay.
this
Very
month I
close.
got some references from an artist I've been talking to. Um,
Oh my,
and she's great. She's
Well, her name is
She's really
Roxy.
good.
So Roxy has rocks?
She's stuffing boulders, duh. I like the design of D-pad. She looks ambivalent. And
Yeah,
that means
I'm
that I
very
must make her
surprised at like
mine.
how many people like her, because like when I first put out Roxy, people really warmed up to her. But I put out a poll, which is I replied with this image to that poll. And Sea Dreamer is the one that people like, I guess, recognize the most, so he got the most votes. But then D-pad was second. I was very surprised by that, because like a
But,
lot of
okay,
people like Roxy.
understand this, Paleo, my friend. You have all the reasons to like.
Gamer girl?
Gamer girl. Bedroom goth eyes. Heavy eyeshadow, which automatically is Tumblr slut eyes. And then small chest and looks like it doesn't care if you die or not. Everyone likes these traits.
Can confirm. Can confirm.
Also blue hair, but that's just my preference. It
Yeah.
does not look like it right now, but in its height, it is.
Yeah.
But yes,
Also,
I do like,
Enigma Prince
I do
reminded
like
me.
Roxy's hair, though.
Yeah, Enigma Prince reminded me that yeah, I also do a podcast.
Oh
POS
yeah.
podcast.
Every now and then you do that, don't you?
Yeah,
We have
it's
it
on its own separate channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, POS podcast. It's like every other Monday. We have one happening tomorrow. Which I'm probably gonna have AC Racebest on to talk about the Chippendale stuff.
I have a question. Just I've had it for a while. Does POS stand for Piece of Shit Podcast?
Yeah.
Or like, okay.
Yeah, like
I never wanted to ask what the acronym stands for because I was like, it could mean paleo, middle thing, something else. Like, I didn't know.
So,
and I felt like it would be presumptuous to be like, Piece of Shit Podcast. Good to know.
Yeah, good. Things to be talked about. There it is. But yeah, it could be Paleo's awesome show.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I was joking before. It was like it's Paleo or Saber, because like it started off with both me and him doing it, because back in 2014, after we like stopped doing Brony Breakdown for a while, we were like, we still want to do a podcast though. A podcast is fun.
Oh God, Brony Breakdown.
So,
That's a blast from the past.
So you're only at episode 169. I see. Nice.
Yeah, 169.
I mean,
What episode is this?
You are currently at the 206th episode, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did have a few hiatuses. So, because there was we had Jim Gizeril, one of our friends, that was on the podcast for a while, and then he had to stop being on the podcast in like late 2016 because he was about to have a baby. So then I asked like Hirosashi, my friend, and Jaxblade to be on more often. And now they're like a staple of the podcast. And also we only do it like every other week, so we're not like a weekly podcast.
Yeah.
And I guess it's also quality over quantity, so.
Okay, how dare you? How dare you? Just because we had like a year of adjustments does not mean that we're not that we're not quality. But yes, now we must start. Now we need to just slowly make Paleo hate us so that way we can start official podcast beef.
Oh yeah, beef. We need beef. Good for both shows.
Yeah, that way we can end every show with being like, fuck the POS podcast. Don't go listen to their stuff. Don't go follow them here in the link.
We count on you guys and also shit talking us, obviously. Otherwise, it's just mean. If it's only us, then we are just bullies. You guys need to also fire back. Make this clear, okay?
Oh no! No, see, that's an excuse to get Max to come to an American convention. We'll just pick one where the POS team is there, and then I'll be like, Max, okay, come here. That way we could all have a meetup with knives.
Yeah, it's almost like every pony convention we go to, so...
Exactly. But yeah, so that was a very long "Who Are You" segment.
Yes, but we also
What have you
covered
been doing recently, Paleo?
I
Have
was
you
about to
slain any
say.
dragons, rescued
Oh.
damsels.
We also kind of
Oh,
covered
I
what
mean-
he's doing lately.
Yeah, what I've
Yeah,
been doing
making
recently is, like,
OCs.
I've been like commissioning art of, like, my OCs and stuff. And I linked the artist in the chat here. She's really great.
Hmm. Nope,
Oh,
I'm
man.
doing things horribly wrong. Ah, okay. There she is. Yay!
Yeah, her art's really cute.
Yeah, I guess I can put Tomiko in the description down below as well to check
Oh,
her
the
out.
rare. Scroll down a little bit.
Oh.
The rarity she just did is really cute. Aw, that's nice.
Outfit. Is
Good
this
stuff.
just her
Good
gun
shit.
outfit?
Good shit.
Huzzah!
But, yeah. I don't think. Did I do a lot? I literally went out yesterday. I have no concept of time anymore.
Oh yeah, you actually had stuff happening the last 2 days.
Mind if I talk about what I did the last 2 days?
Please, I have nothing on my end.
Okay.
I can sum up my my entire week with 3 words.
Yeah?
Pillars of Eternity. You're welcome.
Is that a game?
It is a game. Maybe I can say a second more, but you go first.
Okay, so I want to say a belated happy birthday to Lauren, the Abbey Roadie, my
Lauren.
bestest friend in the world. So my week will first start with me gushing about Lauren because she deserves it. And I'm sure Max is just happy to hear me rain someone else with compliments. But
True
no,
story.
for people who don't know, because you don't know, Lauren, or the Abbey Roadie, is basically the reason that all this shit exists. Because I've known her for almost... Next year will be 15 years that me and her have known each other. And we've been inseparable friends. We met online in a DeviantArt chat room. Isn't that a great start to a story? But, like, she...
Could have been worse. It could have been Tumblr.
Yeah, but we met through, like, a Beatles chat room. We would do illustrations of each other's fan fictions as art trades. We would just talk through chat rooms or DeviantArt notes, and then it went to Facebook Messenger and stuff, and then we were just the bestest of friends. She encouraged me to actually get into art. I applied for the college that she went to. Out-of-state stuff happened there. But she was also the person who got me into the pony fandom. Believe it or not. She messaged me one day being like, "Yo, have you ever heard of MLP?" And I was like, "Yeah, there. Look at that pretty face."
I mean, why are you talking about her?
And she linked me 3 videos. She linked me Snowdrop. She linked me Children of the Night, and she linked me an SFM recreation of the Smile song. And I was hooked on ponies ever since. And yeah, and without her, I probably would not have gotten into the pony fandom to meet Max, or Golden, or Saber, or Paleo, or anyone. Wouldn't have met DA Games because I met DA Games through Chris, who was in the pony fandom. I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for Lauren, because she was the shining light through a lot of dark times. So she is the best person on the planet, in my opinion. Max and Brett are tied for second place. Or third place, depending on my opinion of them on that day. But yeah, always connected. There she is. Her OC basically looks like if someone took Izzy from Gen 5 and made it a Earth Pony and brown. But yeah, she's the best. So for her birthday, we went to the Aquarium of the Pacific.
And obviously,
I've been there a few times.
Yeah, and obviously that's where you find birds. And I'm not even kidding.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, they've got like a
Max
lorikeet aviary.
Yeah, because Max went to the Aquarium of the Pacific with me in November when he was visiting, and it was very nice. Are you looking for those pictures?
Me? No. How can you tell that I'm turning active on my end?
But no, if you've never been to the Aquarium Pacific, it's a really nice aquarium in Long Beach. Like, objectively, one of the best aquariums I've ever been to. And it has, like, so many different exhibits, like fish that are exclusive to California, which is surprisingly a lot. And
Yeah,
then you have
there's a
like
lot.
the colder northern seas, the tropical seas. There's me, and there's
My
Max's
arm. This is the most I have on pictures on my end. But yeah, you see, it's the same bird. Exactly the same one.
Yeah, so, and then there's a lorikeet exhibit. Lauren loves birds. She worked at Margaritaville, like the Jimmy Buffett company, fashion company. If you go to, like Margaritaville Apparel or the restaurants, you'd probably see one of Lauren's designs there because she was a designer for them. She's talented and wonderful. And everyone should also give her a big ups because she got hired at DreamWorks as a production person, a production coordinator.
Oh
Look at
yeah, that was in that show, Magical Star Flash. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the lorikeet exhibit's really nice. So basically, you go there, you can buy little cups of nectar, and the birds will fly onto you and then drink out of the nectar. We got the
I think I
last
might have a
3
very, very old picture of me with the lorikeets. Hold on.
Are we gonna see baby
More
Paleo?
pictures.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look even younger than I do now, because
But
it was like when I was like
we
16.
got the last, because it was Saturday, mind you. Saturday in late May in California. The aquarium on weekends is reservation only. Oh, there's me. It was reservation only. The entire aquarium was sold out. So you can imagine how many people were there. But we were safe. We had the last 3 cups of nectar there. I gave one of them to this. There was like a family of 5 behind me.
Aww.
And look at baby Paleo.
No, we have now seen my arm, Lauren, and you. Now it's time to also show off Paleo with bird.
Your hand looks really funny because it looks like you're holding the guy on your shirt.
Oh yeah.
Aw, that's nice. But yeah, the whole thing is we got the last 3 cups of nectar that they had for the entire day. I gave one of them to this family of 5 that was behind me. They had a lot of little kids. I was like, here, that makes your day better. These birds were fucking greedy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I had these 2 birds that were like on my hands, just trying to suck up the entire thing themselves. And then there was one, I was holding a program for the aquarium in the same hand I was holding the cup. And the bird doesn't think to land on my other hand, my free hand. It lands on the program and is just gripping to the program for dear life while drinking the nectar. And I'm trying to move the cup out of into my other hand, being like, okay, buddy. And it barked at me. It went, eh, eh, eh. Like, these birds are greedy gremlins. I mean, Max knows that for a fact. He had like 7 of them on him at one point. Just greedy gremlins. And luckily, we came out unscathed with no shit on us. And that sounds bad, but they're birds. They don't care where they shit. As someone who owned a pet bird, I know this. Because I owned a parrot. But yeah, it was really nice. And like, you know, they had all these, they had the otters out. They were out playing. There were little baby otters just playing about. I yelled at a person because, okay, explanation for that. So there's like shark lagoons where you can pet the sharks and the manta rays, 2 fingers. There was this one fucker.
Isn't there always?
We were at the little sharks that like to hide under the moss and stuff. They were sleeping. And he was trying to grab them by their tails to like get them to move. And I yelled at him and be like, buddy, don't do that. And he just looked at me and then walked away. And it's like, yeah, do you not want to cause an altercation? The children are acting more appropriate than you are. Like, can't stand adults sometimes. Adults know how to read. They don't have excuses. But it was great. And before people ask, yes, I did go to the frog exhibit. I know exactly why you want to know if I went to the frog exhibit. They are very adorable. There was an axolotl there, and it was hilarious. Nice. Axolotls are funny looking creatures.
Did I tell you the story about at HarmonyCon when Race was talking to this little girl after one of our panels, and she had a plush of an axolotl, because like I there was a booth selling like axolotl plushes in the vendor hall, and Race was like leaned down to this little girl and he was saying, so I'm not too familiar with Pokemon, and then I just said to him, it was like, that's not a Pokemon. like
Actual animal, believe it or
yeah,
not.
yeah.
People makes great things. But it was kind of interesting because when I went in November with Max, there wasn't a lot of people there. It wasn't a very full day. But it was a full day when I went with Lauren. So there, as much as kids sometimes annoy me, it was kind of funny to hear kids being like, whoa, at certain things. Like there's this coral reef segment, and there's like bioluminescent coral that looks fake, like straight up looks fake, like it glows in the dark. And having kids go like, whoa, that looks awesome. Or like the jellyfish that look like they have RGB lights in them. And there
Yeah.
were college aged kids who were like, whoa, that's so. So there was one girl that pissed off Lauren to no end, and it was like, it's the big aquarium that you see when you first walk into the building. Yeah, you don't see it here.
Yeah,
It looks
sadly.
black and white when you record it, but
Exactly.
it's fascinating.
Rainbow colors. Those movements, rainbow colors.
I think me and Max stood at that particular one for a good like 3 minutes, just like, that is weird. But there's a big old. You actually would know where this is, Max, because you kept trying to take a selfie with one of the big fish.
Oh, in the very entrance hall, yeah.
In the very entrance, and they have like giant sea bass that have been there for years. Like they're big boys.
Oh
And
yeah.
this
There it
woman walks. There it is, and look at the Max face. Good
Trying
Max
to.
face.
They seem so much smaller in picture.
But they're
They are,
big, man. They're big. They're like when you play an Animal Crossing and you see a sea bass, it's like, yeah, they're big. They're big boys. But there was this one woman who just walked up and bent down to like, you know, did like the little bend of how to not talk to short people kind of bend, and just went like, ew. And it's like, Lauren was just like, how would you feel if someone walked up to you and went, ew? And I'm like, Lauren, the fish can't hear her. And she's like, it's the principle. Because Lauren loves animals. She is Fluttershy. If Fluttershy had more confidence. Oh yeah, there's also a section where you can design your own fish. Lauren made a blue tiger shark. I made a shaggy fish. Max made Chris Pratt.
No, you made Chris.
Oh yeah, didn't I?
You made Chris Pratt fish.
Oh yeah, I made Chris Pratt. You made the Joker.
I made
baby.
Joker fish. And there's somewhere an A and Y fish in here. Oh yeah, there's an A and Y
there
shark.
It is. It's the Ayan shark. They're making a new exhibit that comes out at the end of the month that's all about like baby fish and baby otters, and I'm sad that we came right before. But it was a lot of fun. If you're ever in Long Beach, go to the Aquarium of the Pacific. It's a nice time. It's a really nice place. The entire surrounding area is a really nice place too, because it was has like a boardwalk, there's islands, there's like a bunch of little things. And I did ask Lauren if we could have lunch at the Hooters. She said no.
Aww.
Multiple times. I was very disappointed. I have to one day, I mean, I have actually eaten at a Hooters before. I ate at a Hooters in BrodyCon. The people who work there are very nice. If you ever go to a Hooters for whatever reason, be nice to your servers. They probably deal with a lot of not nice people. But yeah, it was a great time, and we did a lot of fun things. We went to Little Tokyo, which is always a good time. So I actually had a weekend of fun before I have to do these next 3 days of intense work, and then flying and working and having fun, and then flying home, and then flying and having fun. The only other thing that happened is that I got my wigs for my cosplays, because I got a new wig for Spider-Gwen, and I got a wig for Power Girl. So I'm going to be cosplaying at MomoCon. I'll be cosplaying as Winnie City, probably just as Spider-Gwen and Celestia, because MomoCon's would probably be more open to Power Girl than most other conventions. Mm-hmm. And also, I'm sorry, there's some people at Brony conventions who I don't feel comfortable wearing a costume that has a literal boob window. So people got weird when I dressed up as Lapis. I'm not taking my chances.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a long week segment. Do you want to talk about your Pillars game?
I can. It's not the official media. This will probably follow at some point if I ever finish this game. You know, like Persona 5, which I also promised to do as a week section one day, and I still haven't finished it. I haven't also touched it in over a year, so take this with a grain of salt. But no, Pillars of Eternity is basically the story behind the game is probably more interesting than I don't know. Okay, this comes out wrong. There is an interesting story behind the game. It was one of the first big Kickstarter success games. It's basically from Obsidian, so the guys behind the original Fallout games and Fallout New Vegas, and later, even so, well, they got Bethesda dealt them bad. But yeah, they were eventually like, hey, we want to do what we do best again. So they did a Kickstarter and made Pillars of Eternity. And it seems to be good so far because, yeah, I have been very obsessively playing it over the last 2 weeks. And it's, yeah, if you look at it, it's like Baldur's Gate. Think Baldur's Gate. But
Okay.
yeah. So very much Baldur's Gate doesn't have the D&D license, so they needed to reinvent all the lore and magic and whatnot. I mean, a magic missile is a magic missile, no matter what you call it. But yeah, and for the backstory behind it, it's I believe second chapter, first chapter. It's a very early chapter in Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which I can also recommend and have talked about before. So. Yeah, but this was not my media. This was just a quick shout out describing what I did this week. Actually, fun fact. When I started playing it, I actually went back and listened to the chapter in Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, so this is actually part of my week. But yeah, outside of that and my media, not too much podcast sharing worthy stuff happened, so... I guess media.
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 This is the fun part. Oh, so Paleo, you were looking at a lot of dinosaur stuff recently.
Yes.
Totally out of character for you.
One of them.
Should I go first then?
Sure. One of them.
Guess always go first.
Yeah. One of them sticking out, and you want to share.
I don't know. I mean, can I talk about something I'm excited for?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, because like I've been playing like a lot of Jurassic World Evolution 2, and also like I'm excited for Dominion coming out, and I've also been watching through some older dinosaur documentaries. But there's a lot of dinosaur documentaries that have came out since Walking with Dinosaurs. That was like the big one that came out like all those a couple decades ago, where it sort of showed dinosaurs in like more of like as animals, and it the way Walking with Dinosaurs was filmed, it was filmed like a nature documentary, as if you were actually seeing them, which hadn't really been done before. And it seems like a lot of documentaries that came out afterwards didn't really understand that, because like I've been watching one called Dinosaur Revolution that came out back in like 2011, I think, and they have like footage of the dinosaurs, like, you know, CG dinosaurs and stuff, but they also like cut in between of like talking heads, of like paleontologists talking about it, which is like fine, but like it kind of like interrupts the flow of like just seeing the dinosaurs in the narration or whatever. Also, yeah, I see that that image you posted there about the I said I was watching Dinosaur Revolution, and like some of the storylines in there of like the dinosaurs like interacting with each other is kind of corny, like very corny. like that image right there.
2001's Dinosaurs corny levels, or
not that corny, but like yeah.
The language.
But yeah, like right there with the Allosaurus and one of the sauropods. The story between that is that the Allosaurus has a broken jaw, and that sauropod, as they were kids, like that sauropod whipped its tail to break its jaw when the Allosaurus was a baby. And then like when they grow up, like they grow up around this watering hole, and this bigger dinosaur called a Torvosaurus, which is like a bigger version of Allosaurus, basically. Like a bigger theropod, which is the bipedal.
This sounds very
dinosaurs.
Land Before Time.
But yeah, so yeah, when they grow up, like, that Torvosaurus is like trying to eat the sauropod's baby, the long necked baby. And then like the Allosaurus comes and like saves him. It's so weird. And then like the sauropod and the Allosaurus team up on it. It's kind of corny. But what I'm excited for though, because something that happened last year was there was a prologue. There was a prologue for Jurassic World Dominion where it sort of showed the dinosaurs just living 65 million years ago or whatever, and like it was very interesting because they did this prologue as a preview before Fast 9. So I literally went to go see Fast 9 just so I could see this prologue in IMAX.
Did you leave the theater? I like to imagine that you did the Peter Griffin.
I made the joke about doing it when I went to go see it with my dad. I was like, okay, I'm good.
God, visual effects have gone so far looking at these. Like I'm skimming through. It is really impressive what they can do.
Yeah, but yeah, there was a prologue, and then like after it came out on YouTube, because like this was only in theaters for like like 6 months or whatever, and then they posted the prologue up on YouTube, and people were like, "Wow, I wish they could make like another Walking with Dinosaurs, with this kind of budget." And then what do you know? Like a month or so later, or a few months later, this trailer came out for Prehistoric Planet. Which looks amazing. It has like some of the best like CG effects I've seen for dinosaurs.
Oh, is this the one with like the Attenborough narration?
Yeah, David Attenborough's narrating. But the thing is, like, it's produced by Jon Favreau, and like Apple, because like it's part of Apple TV Plus, which I don't know who actually subscribes to that. Apparently, it has a lot of subscribers.
It has Central Park and Fraggle Rock on it. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. But yeah, it looks really amazing. It's definitely like the best looking I've seen since Walking with Dinosaurs.
In the chat.
As far as like a documentary goes, and they've posted a few clips. There's this clip here where it has some close-ups of this dinosaur here called a Monodicus. And like the feather detail looks really good, and especially like when it zooms in on the claw, is like it looks real. The thing is,
sorry, the little dinosaur with the green underarms, just like
that's a Carnotaurus. Yeah, they had very short arms.
Fascinating. I love dinosaurs.
Yeah, but so when I saw this I was like, produced by Jon Favreau. No, wait, that can't mean. But yeah, it's true. The same CGI animation team that worked on the Lion King remake is making this. It's like, well,
the Lion King 2019 really was just a tech demo.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, it was a tech demo. It was like, this looks really good, but I hate it.
Like, I mean, that's why I'm never going to diss the visuals of Lion King 2019 for their actual technical skill, because it's like, this is stuff we can do with fantastic.
Yeah, like, apply it like this, because, like, I love this.
Yeah, everything is case-by-case contextual. But Jesus Christ,
But yeah, this actually comes out this week.
Really, I have to...
Yeah.
And the producers of Planet Earth. I love all the Planet Earth series of documentaries. I saw so many of them in IMAX when I was still near an IMAX theater, which is the best way to watch any nature documentary ever. But
yeah,
I mean, like, I guess only if you like documentaries. I know some people don't want that. They just want pretty colors and things to turn off your brain to.
Yeah, with Prehistoric Planet, they're having an episode come out every day this week, starting tomorrow. So like at MomoCon, I'm definitely gonna be watching some with my friends.
Tell me when you are. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this kind of leads into something I'm gonna be doing in June because I want to do like a Jurassic June sort of thing.
Mm.
Because I want to talk about this. I want to talk about Dominion coming out, and I also kind of want to do a little thing about Walking with Dinosaurs because like this is very related to that.
Ah, man. I cannot wait to see it. So people should follow your channel for when it happens.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, Dominion does look. I hate to say it. I'm happy when a movie looks good, but Dominion actually does look really. I
Yeah,
think this is gonna
because
grip.
like
It's going to grip me more than the second World movie.
yeah, I
Because-
literally just rewatched Fallen Kingdom the last night with my friend.
Mhm,
Because it's definitely the worst one out of the movies. I still like them all.
mhm.
But Fallen Kingdom was more like, okay, we got to get the dinosaurs off the island. Otherwise, we're just gonna have like movies with dinosaurs on an island all the time. Because like that's what all the movies have been so far. This is like with Dominion is like, oh no, dinosaurs are fucking everywhere. You can't escape them.
Yeah,
And that
I mean,
because that
I
was kind of the
remember going.
promise.
I mean,
That was the
Yeah.
promise that Lost World gave, and also a little tease at the end of Jurassic Park 3 with the pterosaurs going away. So now we finally have like dinosaurs everywhere, and dinosaurs taking over the
Me and
island.
Max saw Lost Kingdom in theaters together. He still has the souvenir cup that he uses for iced tea.
I believe so. One of the two cups, I had the Venom Cup and the Jurassic World Cup, and one of those two cups developed a leak.
Oh, I hope
Oh.
that it wasn't the Jurassic World Cup. That one has memories. But like
Okay. But yeah,
But-
I'm still curious to see how they stretch it from this handful of dinosaurs that escaped at the end of the Second World movie. Like one Evil Layer's basement full of dinosaurs now caused the entire
time,
yeah.
Well, there's actually a really cool thing that they've done for their marketing, which is called like the Dyno Tracker. And they've actually been retweeting some like fan creations as well on the Twitter that they have, where you can look at like different areas of the world where people have seen dinosaurs.
Oh.
And there's also like, according to this site, there is a black market for dinosaurs, like in the universe.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, weren't they wanting in the first Jurassic World movie? Weren't they wanting to train?
Yeah, they were
little
wanting to
ones,
train the
the
raptors.
raptors to be like army drones, essentially. So I could believe it. There's no dinosaurs in Los Angeles. I don't believe this. but yeah, Dominion looks good. I want to know if they're going to do anything with the cloning plot that they introduced.
Yeah.
The cloning plot works with dinosaurs. I draw the line at humans.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, with cloning a human would probably be much easier, because like I got the
maybe-
entire genome.
Yeah.
So like,
I guess it's just weird. I guess it's just weird to introduce the human cloning thing in a movie about dinosaurs.
yeah.
But hey, maybe we'll get more Jeff Goldblum, not in a scene that looks like they obviously.
Oh yeah,
filmed
like
those
we're
scenes
definitely gonna
in-
get more with like Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and Sam Neill.
I
Because with
want
all
that.
three of them.
I want the Ghostbusters afterlife of Jurassic Park. But I'm excited to see Dominion. It actually does look like a lot of fun. So if it's fun like the first Jurassic World movie and the other Jurassic Park movies, I'll be fine.
And Chris Pratt gets to do his thing, like with even bigger dinosaurs this time, because apparently stretching out your hand like this always works, no matter how big. It's like
It doesn't. I'm sad they don't have an animatronic of him going like this on the Jurassic World water ride.
oh, that would be a thing, wouldn't it?
I mean, like they made the Jurassic World ride at Universal so good because I went to it in like January or February. Great time to go on a water ride, I know. But they fully finished it because they were refurbishing it like back last year, and it's It's really good. I
Yeah,
wonder
I saw a couple of
funny
videos on it
ride,
of
but
how
yeah.
they had like a smaller Indominus
And
animatronic
now it's
before, and then they
big.
made a full size one.
Oh yeah, it is a big boy. But yeah, dinosaurs. Watch if you like dinosaurs. Don't watch if you don't
Yeah.
like
So
what's in the
I just like
horror.
that there's like two different things coming out now with Prehistoric Planet and Jurassic World Dominion, where Dominion's like is not scientifically accurate whatsoever, and then we have Prehistoric Planet is like, oh yeah, we got some more like accurate dinosaurs here. So
You have the two
if
types of
you have
people.
both. I'm a fan of both. There's some of that are only kind of a fan of the scientifically accurate ones,
Hmm.
but like I like both, and plus I think with Jurassic World is like a franchise and Park is a franchise, um, that like it's the gateway to like get people interested
Oh yeah,
in dinosaurs. So
obviously.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's like for people who like astronomy, like Star Trek or
oh
Sailor
yeah,
Moon or anything that has a space adjacent aspect to it is what gets them into space. I could say as someone who has a very obsessive knowledge with space stuff, it's because of those things. But yeah, so let's move from something that's somewhat scientifically accurate to the exact opposite with yours, Max.
Oh, okay. I was like, where is this segue going? Um, but yeah, I got to watch the new smash and hit. Yeah, exactly about those guys on Disney Plus, and
Are you going to be the people who thought that it was really fun, or are you going to be the fun police?
fun fact: my statement right after the movie was like, I don't know how to feel about it. So, because yeah, it is packed full with stuff with especially references, which also might be particularly for the people who actually grew up in that area and are like, oh, I remember that thing. On the other hand, yeah, it has certain. Here's the thing. Okay, first things first. I was, I mean, I was when I saw the first trailer popping up. I was a little bit like, how much are they going to go into a Roger Rabbit direction? And I guess tiny spoiler, they went completely Roger Rabbit, as in Rescue Ranger, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, the TV show that we saw on TV, is an actually TV show, and Chip and Dale are actors like Roger Rabbit, who is playing the character Roger Rabbit in his own TV show. So they completely went kind of in this direction. They also got so many cameos. I mean, I know that Disney basically owns more or less
How expensive was this movie?
Yeah.
Like they have everything from like
everything. Definitely,
DreamWorks,
yeah.
Cartoon Network,
Warner Brothers,
Universal.
yeah.
Nickelodeon, literally everything. Rick and Morty. I mean, it is Cartoon Network at the end of no,
Yeah,
no, it is
No, it is.
Adult
Adult
Swim
yeah,
Swim.
is Cartoon
Adult
Network.
Swim,
Yeah,
yeah.
William Street, Cartoon Network.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally everything, literally. So, where I'm like, they don't own everything yet. So how are they doing it? And they also got like name power behind it. I mean, those two are John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. So I mean,
The person who directed it is also a Lonely Island member.
and yet for the credit song they didn't get Lonely Island. I was so banking on after Lego Movie. I was like, yeah, come on, give me the Lonely Island remix. Nope, they didn't. I know it was
I'm
part
very
of the
happy
show.
they picked the director that they did
Hmm.
because the director who did it, the Lonely Island member, also directed this other movie that was like I think it's called Pop Star Never Stop Never Going. Like
Yeah, I've seen that.
which is basically back in the day a big satire of all these pop star documentary movies that would come out, and it's really good. Like you need to go into this movie knowing that it's going to be a big satire, and I'm just saying because there's an elephant in the room that I want to talk about. It's not a spoiler thing, especially if you've been on Twitter, because there's a lot of discussion about it. So, but I'm gonna let you talk about your stuff first
Okay.
because this goes in a completely other direction.
But yeah, no, picking up, there is power. There are names behind it. Even in cameos, you have like a Flula. Huh? Did you enjoy the Flula moment?
It's. I mean, I enjoy Flula more when they don't make his entire joke the weird Bavarian sounding man, because I know that he could talk like a normal person. But yes, I didn't know that he was actually in the movie until I watched it.
But
I
yeah.
liked it. My favorite one was the puppet played by Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, the fucking puppet! Literally.
Which, by the way, that Muppet's actually CGI.
Yeah,
it
was very impressive.
Why? Why?
Well, okay.
This is just showing off, isn't
A lot
it?
of the movie was made during pandemic, so probably not. They probably didn't. Muppeteers have to be like very close to a lot of things, so maybe that's why. There's a reason that the Muppets Now show that was made during the pandemic was mostly like 2 or 3 people, and a lot of them were basically Zoom meetings. But it's very impressive that it looked like an actual Muppet. I mean, I'm not surprised because they were able to do that with Gumball, because there's a lot of Muppet-y characters in Gumball, but it was really cool.
Yeah. But yeah,
and I'm not going to say no to the appeal being and shit.
I know. But yeah, from there then, with the story overall, it's like it has a story. Decent enough.
It has a story.
No, this is not. This is especially a movie that is so packed to the brim with references and whatnot. It has an actual story, a plot in which you can invest it, which is like, oh, okay, I want to see how this gets about. There's actually like plot elements and twists and whatnot.
I love their logic for the crime syndicate thing. I'm being vague because spoilers, but how they say how it's done is like, that's actually really smart, of like a fate worse than death. I would argue that's worse than getting dipped. Like, if we're gonna go Roger Rabbit.
Fun fact, they had dip in this movie.
Yes, they did. But I'm just saying, like, what happens to the cartoon to some cartoon characters is like, that's objectively worse than death. That is,
Yeah. But yeah, then.
Yeah, when I saw that, because I know that like Saber watched this before I did, and like, I thought it was hilarious. It was like, oh, these are the movies that Saber watches for his videos.
Jesus, it's true.
Basically,
it's actually true. Yeah.
But
so
what else?
Yeah, okay, but I had other thoughts on it. Yeah, they had a little bit of the Muppet problem, like with the human characters. I mean, the interaction between human characters and non-human characters was a lot smoother than Muppet movies.
You mean
or
all
Sonic
one
2.
human character?
Yes, exactly. But no, they I believe the problem was that it still felt like out of touch was just the insane size difference, because they are life-size chipmunks. So they are really
most
they're
of the cartoon
tiny.
characters are actually really short.
Yeah, and but yeah, that was they did good enough, I would say. It was a little bit weird after we have already been spoiled with Zootopia, where the integration between the different sizes of creatures, of sentient creatures, has been done so smoothly that here it's like normal human world, but suddenly in the middle of the block, tiny house where Chipmunk lives. Like,
yeah,
it felt a little bit
funny.
like.
I mean, it's the thing of like, how much do you want it to be like smooth logical integration, and how much do you want cartoon logic in it? And the thing is that we literally had, if you're going to use the Roger Rabbit logic, personally, in my opinion, I don't like using the Roger Rabbit analogy for this movie. I think it's better to use Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Fair. Go with that.
Which, is actually like a thing where you have cartoon characters having other jobs that aren't acting, and they live in the human world, and they're actors in their own shorts. So I think that's much more adept, and also the type of humor in this movie is more akin to the Looney Tunes one than Roger Rabbit's. I feel like if you're going in expecting Roger Rabbit humor, I don't think you're going to achieve that as much.
Fair
There's
point.
certain logical aspects that are like it. But, Sorry, just saying.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I think I liked having the tiny houses and stuff. I'm just kind of I think with stuff like this that goes so far into like to the point of satire, it almost is funnier for the sake of comedy to just have these things that are like cartoon logic. And I feel like if you're going into a movie like this, you need to just have a suspension of disbelief and not have the
obviously.
expectation of, because it's not built from the ground up like a Zootopia world. It's our world with cartoon characters in it.
But yeah, then
what are we going to do? Stick them all in their own little place? There's bad implications there, and Roger Rabbit acknowledged that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, to probably wrap up my part of it, and then you guys can shoot completely loose. Yeah, it's like it was interesting to watch. It's, as I mentioned, packed full with stuff to discover. So probably there is either material for rewatches or just watching it a second time, frame by frame, and discovering all the Easter eggs. I am not sure how strong it is after that. Like it was a fun one, and I mean it's Disney Plus. So if you already have Disney Plus, sure, watch it. There is literally, I would say, like, yes, if you have Disney Plus, watch it. Don't get Disney Plus for it, I would say. It's.
I mean, now you can get Disney Plus for it because after you get that, the same day that it came out, they released all of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers onto Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So after you're done watching this, you can go watch the actual Disney afternoon show.
Or maybe do it the other way around, because I have to admit, when they played the Chip and Dale tune, and I believe they only did it sparse within the movie, when they just played like din, din, I was like, oh, and they did like background music remixes, like bombastic versions of it.
You have Dale fucking humming it in the car, and Chip's like, "Can you stop?"
Yeah, no, but I mean like the actual background music, like when there's a scene, I believe, with police cars rushing in, and you hear the theme song playing. It's like, because I love this theme song. So
oh no, they released it on Blu-ray the same day that the movie came out.
Okay.
Sorry,
sneaky bastards.
Yeah,
but yeah, overall, it's still. I don't know what to think about it. What were your two opinions that you hated in the?
What's your opinion, Paleo? Because mine goes into a not so fun territory. Not of my opinion of the movie, but like it's another discussion thing. But
problematic aspects surrounding it.
Okay, yeah. It's. I do like it. I thought it was fun. I laughed a few times, so it was great for that. And like the whole time I'm just thinking about like what Sarah and Race are gonna think about this. So I'm very excited to talk to them about it at MomoCon. Or at least Race. Sarah's not gonna be there. But yeah, I didn't really grow up too much with the Disney afternoon stuff. I did watch some of Chip and Dale and some of like DuckTales and stuff. But I never really got into it as much as other people. I know the theme songs because like the theme songs are just really catchy.
Yeah.
But I never got too invested, so I wasn't like too upset about like things that like happened in this movie. I do see that some people are very upset at certain things that happened in this movie, and I'll link it here.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, this aspect.
Ah.
I was like, you know what? This is hilarious. This is but I'm just going to not think too hard about it.
Yeah.
Because
I know that like the Chip and Dale fandom, or the Rescue Rangers fandom at least,
really loves Gadget. Really loves Gadget.
Yeah. Yeah, all 10 of them. But with the movie itself though, I did see like it's a movie where like if you think about it just a little bit more, it just falls apart because there's so many different things that you're just going to ask question after question about like what is this movie about. So it's better just like, okay, I'm just going to watch it and then like laugh at the jokes and stuff. Because there's a thing about like after this movie came out, they were like, people were like, wait, I thought Chip and Dale were brothers, but like in this movie, like they meet
They're
in school for
friends
the
that
first
met in
time.
school.
And also it's like I guess they're going to completely ignore all of the Chip and Dale shorts from like the 40s and 50s. So those just didn't happen.
Like
I guess.
it's not like the original '90s cartoon acknowledged the classic shorts either. So
Right.
I guess it's like it's its own.
Yeah, and there's also the thought of like, because you see Baloo in like the CGI Baloo from Jungle Book, and I was like, so is that the same Baloo from the 60s Jungle
And he
Book
also
and
got
Tailspin?
yeah, and he also
They do have some reasonings about it, which I think, like,
And also, if Lumiere is there, but he's 2D Lumiere, why isn't he CG if they did a remake of Beauty and the Beast?
They just recast new Lumiere. Like they just
Yeah.
had, like that's the thing is that there is kind of a. I do think there is like the unspoken commentary about it of how replaceable so many things are, and the thing and the sacrifices you have to make to still be relevant. And there are some people that won't, like say Lumiere, who's now at the fan con, like with other people that are kind of interpreted to be washed up. And then you have the ones that are the ones at the main stage and that got the CGI surgery to do all this kind of stuff. So like there is something there that if you think of it in the, because if I could shift my opinion, this is a very not Disney feeling Disney movie.
That is a very, very true statement.
And that's it. And that's the thing is that I don't know how they got away with some of the stuff that they did, because they were obvious middle fingers towards the man and towards Disney, but Disney financed it. So,
right.
And because one of the problematic aspects that has been brought up.
Should I put on a spoiler take, not for spoiler, but for problematic topic? Or I'm not sure how problematic it goes.
That.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also do want to talk about spoilers.
Also that. But with how do we do this?
I'm just making this my media because I had a lot to talk about with this movie.
Fair, and we have been going on about it. So so this is now officially so this was my media, and now we are at Keyframe's media.
Okay, I want to preface. I like this movie. I like this movie. But let me.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing. I want to put it up.
Yeah,
so one of the main villains of the movie is Peter Pan. And the story they make with him being an actor who got dropped by the company because he hit puberty is scarily similar to what actually happened to the child actor who played Peter Pan back in the 50s. Who started working at Disney at 5 years old, and Disney was like, hey, this is going to be your career. You're going to be the biggest thing. And when he hit puberty around age 17, because he was getting so much acne because he's a fucking child, they dropped his contract 3 years early because they were like, you just don't, it sucks to suck. And the only money that he had left was residuals from the movies that he was in. And if you know the 60s and 50s, residuals were not good. And then he kind of died homeless and an alcoholic at the age of 31.
Damn.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah, his name is Bobby. I always pronounce his last name wrong.
I mean, Disney is horrible, so let's be honest.
Bobby
as a company,
Bobby Driscoll, and that was what happened to him. And in the movie, Peter Pan's actor got dropped by his company because he was going through puberty, but he made a killing being in bootleg movies and then becoming basically the crime syndicate that causes bootlegs to happen. And his appearance does appear that of an alcoholic. They never state that he is or anything, but that's what it looks like. And a lot of people are mad about that. And you know what? That is perfectly valid. It's especially because it presents the thing. If this movie was not released by Disney, if they somehow got all the rights, but they didn't, but it wasn't released by Disney, if it was under the Lonely Islands brand or something, it would be interpreted as just really biting satire, because it is like, this is what this company has done. But because it's released by Disney, it looks like that the company itself is making a joke out of the shitty things they did. Because they've never made an actual acknowledgement of how they were a contributing factor into Bobby's downfall as a person. And like, don't attack the writers and stuff, because I feel like they were either they didn't know, because this is not a well-known thing.
Yeah, they were probably just thinking, "Oh yeah, Peter Pan," like the character,
Yeah.
not the
or
actor.
this was
Yeah.
a satire they wanted to make, and Disney didn't go through with it. Because here's the thing, this was not the original villain. The original villain was actually going to be Pluto, like the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because of the Chippendale shorts. So
Yeah, it was going to be Pluto, and what he was going to do is that he wanted to become a walking, talking copyright infringement. And but apparently that didn't do good in test screenings, but Peter Pan did. Because, well, it's a more identifiable thing, and everyone's made the Peter Pan syndrome joke. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, I think it's a really bad coincidence. I think it's tasteless. I think Disney themselves should have been like, maybe we shouldn't approve this because, well, we actually did this. But it's like, at the end of the day, the company financed it. The company listens to test screenings. Alexa, shut up. Alexa, shut up. But like, it's the thing of like, they were like, oh, the Peter Pan thing did well in test screenings, we're going to do that one. And that's how you finance the movie. So it's like, it's a really uncomfy thing. And it's totally understandable to be uncomfy. And I'm not going to blast anyone who refuses to watch the movie because of it. Because it's not good. I hope that maybe the uproar because of it makes Disney acknowledge it finally. And is like, I don't know.
That's probably
to
why
Bobby's family or something. Just be like, hey, we really did do this shitty thing.
Yeah, I think another thing is that it's at what point? So like, it says like 1968 is when his body was discovered. So it's been like over 50 years. So a lot of the people that are like that probably were involved in the production of this movie and like releasing it and everything probably just had no idea.
Or weren't born yet.
Or weren't born yet. Yeah. So.
Yeah, like it's just the thing. It's just the thing of like, I know people are going to say that's an elephant in the room, and it is.
Yeah.
It's a woolly mammoth in the fucking room. But yeah. Besides that, putting that there,
should
I do really like this movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there is spoiler elements that Paleo wants to talk about.
Yeah, we bring the spoiler tag back, but
But besides that, I really liked the movie. I thought it was fun. Yeah. I mean, I grew up.
We're talking happy
I grew up with
again.
Roger Rabbit, but I also grew up with Looney Tunes Back in Action, which is something I watched a lot.
I believe
and
I watched it
love
once.
that kind of style of movie. And this reminded me of that, so I automatically liked it a lot. I thought that there's just so much in the movie that again, a very not Disney feeling movie with some of the logic that they do. Like, I really like the claymation detective and how he collects fingerprints by slicing off his skin.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of little touches that I really like with that. I think John and Andy did a really good performance of Chip and Dale.
Yeah, I have the feeling I'm not sure if they were typecast or if the roles were written for them, because Chip has surprisingly a lot of John Mulaney energy, and well, Dale is more or less Andy Samberg.
I could see Andy Samberg being Dale even from the original cartoon. I love that they brought back the voice actors to be their high-pitched voices, and like when they argue, they go high-pitched.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. They have Tress still be Gadget, Corey Baker being the high-pitched voice of Chip, and he also does the like little of Zipper when Zipper's not talking like a real person. So they had some things there. I know some people were not happy that Jim didn't play Monterey. They got an actual Australian to play Monterey. Shut up. He's every other character Jim has ever played, including Darkwing and Fat Cat and all this stuff.
Yeah.
shut up. You're boring. Shut up. But it's like, I thought it was really fun. The whole bootlegging thing is really smart. I love the joke about Main Street USA. I
Yeah.
don't want to go into what the joke is, but the joke is fucking hilarious to me. Especially since what it implies that the mom from Phineas and Ferb is a criminal. But let that sink in for a second. But I think that the thing is that there's a lot of these kinds of movies that I feel like the logic does just break apart when you think a lot about it.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue
Yeah.
that with Roger Rabbit too,
Probably.
and both Looney Tunes live action movies. I think it's like, at the end of the day, these movies are meant to just fit in their own pocket dimension, their own little bubble, and it works in its own little bubble. And it's I just really enjoyed it. When I watch it, I have to remind myself it's a Disney movie because it just feels like, I don't want to say a Hollywood movie because that implies that it's soulless. I do think that the people who made this movie like cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
They like
Mm-hmm.
Chip and Dale. I feel a lot of people say that this is what Space Jam 2 should have been, and I agree because to me, I know that people are like, "Oh, this is a heartless movie that just tries to cram in a bunch of references for the sake of references." I think the opposite. I think that the Lonely Island people who have been very adamant that they love animation, they really like all cartoons. I don't think that people would have acknowledged Cartoon Network and stuff if they didn't like cartoons, because those are not profitable ones for a main screen audience.
There's a lot of like
paid license for Johnny Bravo Fitness in the background if they
there's a lot of stuff in the background. You see the
So
one where it's like Gucci Dobby from Harry Potter.
Yeah, so I think they've really enjoyed all this stuff. They point out all sorts of genres of animation. Animation isn't a genre, there's genres in animation. Shut up. But like, they point out all these different mediums, all these different types, and it's made by people who obviously like the thing and are pointing out flaws of the executives and shit that don't like or don't care about the thing and just use it. And I think that's the aspect people are missing here because we've become so misanthropic towards animation and animated movies that are like this, like the multiverse stuff and all this shit, that I think we forget that there are people that genuinely do like it and just want to point out the people that don't. I think people forget that this movie that is partially a satirical comedy. So my basic statement is, stop being a cynical asshole and have fun. Acknowledge problematic aspects, though.
Yeah. Another problematic aspect, but not like the kind of thing that he was talking about.
Not Peter Pan problematic, but
no. Is the animation itself actually? Because like there's a lot of great animation in this, like especially like background characters and stuff, where I see like way certain characters move. I'm like, oh, that looks really good. But Chip himself, and also like Peter Pan, and like Monterey Jack and them, they are 3D models with like a 2D texture or whatever on them, and it doesn't look great all the time.
The Tom and Jerry movie that came out last year, they used 2D rigging, like 2D rigging, and made it a texture that they put over a CGI model.
Yeah,
and I just think that there wasn't enough budget for that part. That they probably would have just benefited.
It is kind of frustrating because like we see all these other 2D like characters in the background. It's like, then why aren't the and also we get a taste of like some of Chip and Dale in 2D in the other characters in the beginning when they're like filming one of the episodes. So we see a little bit, and then it cuts to them in 3D. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I have to wonder. I feel like, because a lot of the promotional material for Chip and Dale before the trailers came out, like this poster itself, they're drawn in proper 2D.
Yeah,
they could have just taken.
Well, at least Chip is, but like the thing is, like Dale in the movie, I think Dale moves really well.
Yeah. There's this scene where both of them are on the balcony, and I was like, Dale interacts so much more smoother with the environment than Chip.
Yeah.
Because the 3D
Yeah.
works. They figured realistic 3D. They figured out how to better implement it in realistic environments, I guess.
I wonder, but the thing is, I wonder if they were planning to make it 2D and there was some kind of either executives at Disney did not want to give that much money to a main character that's constantly on screen, or if there was just some kind of time crunch or something, or literally they paid so much for licensing that they lost that they it's like writing a happy birthday sign without tracing the letters first, and then you're getting to the end and you have to make the Y loop under the rest of the letters. Like, it's just, I feel like there's something there because so much promotional material before the trailers came out has Chip be completely 2D, which it's like you could have used the 2.5D model, which is what I'm classifying it as. And it makes me sad because Disney themselves were the ones that pioneered putting 2D animation over a 3D model with Paperman and Feast and everything.
Yeah.
It's not impossible to do and make it stylistically look
I think
really
that's a big problem because like if you look at the because I've heard some people call the way this looks as cell shading. There is no shading like on these models. Like if you look at them.
Yeah, no. It's like if you want a cell shaded 3D model, look at like Dragon Prince or look at fucking even the Futurama video game from back in the day is more of a classification of cell shaded 3D animation than it is this movie. I think like in motion it doesn't look too bad when they're doing like more fast paced things.
Right.
But like I think like when it's just like Chip standing or being like, Dale, you look different. Like you lose the subtleties that fully CGI Dale has and like what a 2D character has. And it's like I can fully acknowledge I'm not happy about that, but it reeks that something happened behind the scenes because I don't think this was an active decision of from the get-go Chip was going to be 2.5.
Yeah, especially when there's so many characters in the background, like just random characters that are 2D. So
I honestly wonder if Chip's animation was like not complete because it wouldn't be the first time that they would have shown placeholder animation for this movie because let's remember
because the ponies
models.
Yeah,
because I mean, fun fact, everyone, a lot of movie trailers don't have completed footage. It's usually test screening footage. So the fucking mobile game pony models were replaced with the 2017 movie models, and it's like everyone's like, oh, they listen to fan response. No, you idiots, they probably just didn't have the animation ready in time when they released that trailer because it was animation imported from the studio that worked on the movie, which is another thing people need to realize. A lot of the animation for different parts of this movie were from the studios that originated those movies' characters.
But do you have a final summary that is?
Oh, there is like a big spoiler thing I want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
let's have the big spoilers.
Yeah, because we haven't brought it up yet.
Okay, then let's have your big spoiler thing and then wrapping it up. Paleo, the stage is yours.
It might be two things.
Oh,
but
fine.
yeah. So when this movie came out, when I woke up on Friday because I was about to watch it, but then I looked on Twitter and I shouldn't have because I saw a certain thing trending, and I'm like, what? So then I watched the movie. I was like, oh, that's what this is from. Ugly Sonic. Like that was like
such a weird.
I love Ugly
that was so
Sonic
weird
in this movie. I love that he's played by Tim Robinson. I Think You Should Leave. So it's so good. Oh,
yeah.
God.
So yeah, that also like opens questions like, so is there like a regular Sonic? Is there a 2D Sonic? Is there a 2D and a 3D Sonic? Does this mean that video games are animated? Because there's like because like video games like technically use animation.
Well, they acknowledge that there's visual effects characters like Dobby that are actual characters, then yes, I would say that video game characters.
Yeah, because like you see like the Hollywood stars, and you see one for Chun-Li. It was like, is that
Yep,
is
yep.
that the Chun-Li that's from Street Fighter, or is that the
I
Chun-Li
like
that's
that.
from like
I
an
like
animated
that
series?
acknowledgement that video game animators are still animation. So I feel
Yeah.
like people don't point that out as much. So I give kudos to the movie for that. But yeah, they somehow made Ugly Sonic uglier, and I don't know how you achieve that.
Yeah. Also, like, yeah, that also like opens the question is like, so how do you film a video game if you're gonna using characters like,
How do you, well, it's like the original Mortal Kombat where it was just
Yeah,
pictures.
Boy, yeah.
Everything is King's Quest.
The other thing I wanted to bring up besides Ugly Sonic was the fact that Gadget and Zipper fucked 42 times.
At least, I mean,
At least. Or at most, they could have triplets or twins. Which
Yeah.
A
Well,
few
if you see the
times.
photo,
Or
like some of them
at
look
that
like
point,
twins or
it must be like
triplets.
throwing a hot dog in the Grand Canyon if
I
you
mean-
had gave birth to that many children.
I mean,
Like-
it's like on the one hand, the fans, the fanboys should be happy, like she does fuck, but on the other hand, a fly.
Yeah, the thing is,
like-
like, there. From what I know from Sarah and Race, is that there's a big debate within the fandom of like whether Gadget should be with Dale or Chip, and Sarah and Race are on opposite ends, and not for who you would think for each.
I that's why I was holding back laughter because I was reading these fucking green texts that you sent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so like.
And just like I'm not going to read the whole thing, just the statement. He literally made her a breeding factory. This is the face of the man who won it all, and it's just Zipper Dusty and kills me. Oh, but like, I mean, there's something about John Mulaney describing Zipper and Gadget's kids though, where I think like, because obviously I don't think they had the boards ready that John actually knew what they looked like, but he had to think in his brain while he was reading that script. I don't think he believed it, because him being like, that one has Zipper's wings, cute. It's like you don't think that's cute, John. You don't like this part of debauchery. Unless he was just kind of like writhing his 50-year-old, 12-year-old hands, just like, good. I'm part of chaos. I'm part of chaos. You know,
they probably did that, but just because like there are so many Rescue Ranger fans that like either want Gadget with Dale or Chip. It's like, no, we're gonna put her with Zipper.
Yeah. They could have even gone Monorail Jack, but nope.
Nope.
They were like, let's unite the fandom in their displeasurement.
It just makes me think of the fucking Robot Chicken sketch where they had Gadget not wearing pants and pointing out, like, everyone else doesn't wear pants and all of them are, like, really horny because of it, including Zipper. Like, oh, God, that's slightly canon now! But yes, I think that's the final spoiler. We've been talking about Rescue Rangers a lot.
We have. So, final statement, if in case you have anything beyond, go watch it.
I mean, look, if you could put aside the unfortunate coincidence or just the uncomfortable part of the Peter Pan thing, it's a fun enough movie. Don't think too hard about it. It's not Citizen Kane.
But I'm pretty sure he was referenced somewhere in the background. Anyways, with that, we also have to acknowledge the art of the week, which is totally not self-serving.
Drawing,
I did do a drawing, exactly, and this is probably the last, the last bit of drawing for which I will still have sanity left. After I then, in my next step, have to try to combine Rayla and Mina. So
we should make the art of the week screen like an actual refrigerator, so it's like the art's right on the fridge.
Oh, yeah, we technically we could probably do it and have a little
I don't know if that would
there.
be kind of demeaning towards the people who actually do fan art for us, but you know.
I know. You put the stuff on the fridge that is proud, but yeah, I mean, here are the first attempts of getting the wait, it's not visible. The first attempts of getting those two combined somehow. And look, I needed a more human-shaped mouse character. Look who made it in here. Very topical.
It's Mama Gadget, guys.
But yeah, so but no, I had I mean the pose, believe it or not, it's an original pose, even though it's getting very close to her standard fighting pose, and this was a nightmare. I had to enlist a lot of help from Keyframe to figure this fucking pose out because, oh boy.
I took a lot of reference pictures holding hairbrushes as like little swords.
and
hey, it works.
And generally, like this back leg, it still just looks wrong. It looks so wrong in combination with the knee. Okay, just try that. Shift the kneecap around. Okay, no, it's still wrong. It's like it was.
It's the also it didn't help that Max, looking for references, he came to me in a call and he was just like, Chrissy, this show cheats so much. And he showed me screenshots of Dragon Prince breaking their models.
Let me get this fucker out here. This fucker. So.
By the way, we love Dragon Prince.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't.
This is just what animation does.
Yeah, I wouldn't have spent so much time on it if I wouldn't love it. So okay, where are the damn references? References. Nope. Pose is it? Okay. Look at not at that. Look at what those stinkers do to make her goddamn pose actually work. Look at this.
Are we supposed to see something?
Oh crap! Damn it. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Look at this mutilated angle here to make her battle pose actually work.
Never freeze frame animation, or else you become those people who are like, this animation's terrible, and they're looking at a smear frame.
Oh, and the comic is another, like, they simplified her design so brutally.
Oh yes, Max, it's a comic book.
I know, but it's still like I'm killing myself here trying to recreate her battle pose and all the details on her outfit, and it doesn't even exist in the official material. Neither. But no, I'm still.
It's more about you.
It does. But I am very, very happy with how it eventually came out. So
it does look good. Claps for Mac.
But yeah.
But okay, do we have any questions on Twitter?
We do have questions on Twitter. I mean, starting with our obligatory "Would You Rather" by the J-Rock.
Oh boy. Okay.
And this is one that we had a lot of disturbing topics today. Let's continue the trend. Would you rather be able to inhale anybody and take their abilities / knowledge, like Kirby?
So Kirby.
Or capture other people to use at your discretion, like a Pokemon trainer?
Oh, so
I know, right?
So the first, I would say the second one. Just to capture like people, because like the first one implies that they're going to be gone. Like if it's going to be like Kirby, like you swallow them, they're gone now.
But then,
I mean, unless it's Smash Brothers rules where you spit them out.
Oh yeah, you could.
But I mean, there is also.
But if it's like Kirby rules, they're gone.
But there is also the fate worse than death argument you could make about the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were in slavery.
I'll keep them safe.
They'll fall in love with me.
That's called Münchhausen. No, not Münchhausen.
They won't have to worry about bills anymore.
Which one is it?
Stockholm.
Stockholm. Thank you. Yeah, it's called Stockholm.
Münchhausen is when you start to believe you're sick to the point that you actually feel sick.
Yeah, or make people around you think. I don't know, but yeah, Stockholm. You're right. Another very European sounding sickness. But yeah.
Mean,
but yeah.
This originated somewhere in Central Europe. Let's see.
But yeah, Paleo, this was your final answer. You are in favor of slavery over absorption, over murder,
I guess.
murder, cannibalism. I guess it's specifically about people in both cases, right? So it's cannibalism versus slavery.
It is about people. Yeah, so it's either eating people or keeping people as slaves.
In tiny little boxes.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Smash Brothers rules here and say that I could spit them out afterwards.
Okay, so if it's like that, then maybe.
So you just
Yeah.
temporarily steal
Yeah.
their abilities and freedom and essence, but you give
Exactly.
it back after this traumatizing,
Yeah. So I think
dehumanizing
I'm
experience.
gonna go with the Kirby powers
Okay.
because people are annoying. Let me just state that right now.
So
If
you
I become like a fucking Pokemon trainer, but with people, here's the thing about Pokemon that make them more tolerable: they don't talk. You know, unless you have a Meow, like Team Rocket's Meowth, or you have the telepathic compatibilities of like Legendaries and Lucario. Like, humans talk. I know that. Let's say if I capture Max or Paleo here in like a Pokeball, and now they have to do what I say. That doesn't mean they're not going to whine the entire time.
Oh, I will whine so hard.
I could let them both out and be like, "Move this couch," and they're gonna fucking complain the entire time while they do it, and that's annoying. So I'd rather be like, "Look, I'll just," and then I suddenly have like the intrinsic ability of everything dinosaur related. Or I mean, if I was Maxon, I would have the hyper monotasking ability. I don't know why I would want that, but maybe I would. But like, it would be just I'd rather just do that, and then I could spit them out because I get the essence, but not the person. It's the introvert's way. So that's my choice. What about you, Maxie?
J-Rock is just setting me up to creating more cancellation-worthy quotes, isn't he?
I mean,
at this point. I mean, the good. Oh no, I'm already about to do it.
If you sucked up one of your ferrets, could you shapeshift into a ferret? Or would you?
It talks
just be
about
tired all the time like a ferret?
abilities / knowledge. So I would have the ability of not having a spine. So I would turn into that kind of abomination.
You'd just be a noodle man.
Yeah. But yeah. No, I'm going. I guess I go all. I'm counting on the power, nah? The power of Stockholm. Stockholm is magic. And go with the Pokemon route because the other one still feels very very kinky. With the entire, somebody already mentioned war in the chat, and it's potentially I don't play Smash Bros, so I have to assume they're all dead. I also don't play Kirby, so I actually don't know how it works, but
maybe and you're already a bad person that you've never played a Kirby game.
It's true. I don't know. And if from the 5 minutes worth of Pokemon clips that I have seen, Pokemon can really be affectionate towards their masters. So Stockholm for the rescue, I guess. I still want to be loved. And if I eat them all, I can't be loved by them. Now can I?
You can spit them back out.
Only according to Smash Bros. And even in Smash Bros, you ultimately try to murder them all. This is the entire point of the game.
In Kirby, they just come out as stars.
Yeah.
Well,
so there you go.
There you go. We have an answer. Lovely. Back to Yuki.
Here, Metro has a question for you, Paleo.
Oh boy.
Okay.
This is specifically for Paleo. You have the power to reboot any cartoon you wish, and you have full creative control, but a dolphin will die every time. Will you take it?
No, I wouldn't take it. I was like trying to think of a cartoon, but once you said that, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Not a single
I don't know
dolphin.
why Metro put that at the end. Do you think that it's like that Paleo's that type of person that you'll get $1 million if you press this button, but someone's gonna die every time you press the button?
Oh yeah, I do it for people.
We are not at risk of extinction.
Speaking of cancelable statements, the show. Okay, do we have anything else on Twitter?
We have more on Twitter. Let's go with one. I mean, they're both weird, but let's try it anyways. So maybe let's go with the weirder one first, from Brandon Kruger. For On a scale from 1 to 101, how would you rate the highest temperature degree you can stand?
Is it Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Doesn't specify.
Okay, because if it's Celsius, then definitely not 101.
That is boiling.
I don't.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can withstand a lot of heat. I don't like humidity. So I'm just going to think of the world of dry heat. I could survive in the 90s. Like, I live in California. We've had days where it gets to over 100 Fahrenheit, which I think is like, let's see, 100
Should be
Fahrenheit.
like
So
70
Fahrenheit, Celsius.
half in the 40s.
37.7.
Oh, okay. So
I
not
mean,
all
that's
the way
with
40.
100 even. So it'll go
Yeah,
up.
it gets into the 90s here in North Carolina during the summer, and it's humid, so yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand humidity. If it's humidity, give me like the mid 80s and I can be fine, but anything above that, like, I don't want to swim through my air. Unless I'm at the beach, I don't want to swim through my air. I can't stand that because it makes my sinuses all fucked up. Humidity and stuffiness makes me like really congested, and it's the worst. I could deal with anything, but the moment you make my nose stuffy is the moment I am set to kill. So yeah, I can stand that, but I have a very big heat tolerance. I can't stand the cold. I hate the cold. I'm a big baby about the cold. So that's mine. Give me the mid 90s any day.
I was in Colorado in February. I have no wait. That's a lie. No, it's not a lie. Is it a lie? No, it's not a lie.
No, we were there in February.
Yeah, exactly. And it was cold, even though it wasn't even that cold as it could be. But I was fine. My nephew was there with me. Pardon?
This question's about heat tolerance.
I guess so, yeah. But you brought up cold. My nephew, however, he could not stand the cold. He was whining so hard. It was hilarious. But yeah, about heat. I guess, yeah, if it's dry enough, I also think like upper 30s, mid to upper 30s in Celsius that I can still stand.
I mean, I've heard you whine being at the Texas airport and California with the heat, so...
Yeah, but I'm also wearing a coat.
That's true. That's true. I remember the first time that me and Max were in person, I was picking him up from the Texas airport. He's wearing this long trench coat, and and we leave the airport, and he's just like, my God, it's just, this is the temperature here? It's October! Yeah, I mean, that was the funny part, is that it was very well into autumn at this point. But it's also Texas. Welcome to the South.
Wow.
But yeah, so what about you, Paleo? What's your threshold of heat?
Oh,
I mean, you're a very
I already
hot
said.
boy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I already said with like 90s.
Yeah.
Like I can
Oh, I
do
didn't
that.
hear you.
Nope.
I'm deaf.
No problem. But yeah.
because that's what it gets here in the summer.
Yeah. There was a time in New York where the heat index was 118.
Damn.
Which means that it feels like it's that hot. Which, if you ask me, that means that it is that hot. I don't get the concept of heat indexes. For reference for Celsius people, that's nearly 48 Celsius. And it was also very humid. There were a lot of cooling centers open, and fire hydrants that were just broken into to make just water appear.
Lovely.
But yeah, so next question. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. This one's from Def Alchemist. Apparently, this was a question that that someone asked on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
What is the best color for Two-Face's scarred side? So say you get to be the character designer for Two-Face, DC's notable Harvey Dentish villain.
And
what color do you want his scarred side to be? Because apparently there's been a debate about that.
Yeah, and apparently it comes also with
Really?
references. So we have red,
Mm-hmm.
Purple, I guess. And,
Yeah, that's purple with green lighting.
and he has
Green-
actual green.
And then bluish
Ah.
gray,
Okay.
which I guess they classify as blue in the poll, but yes.
I mean, yeah. Keep in mind when looking at this one to exclude your nostalgia for Batman the Animated Series when considering that one. This is just like meets the Green Goblin, isn't it?
Well, the thing is that I mean, if you're going by the concept of rotting flesh, green could work because it's exposed flesh or cauterized flesh, I guess. But like, I personally really do not like red and white Two-Face. I know that's a very common comic book design for him, but I feel like it doesn't work given that his whole thing is flipping a coin. This makes it look like he's a playing card villain. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would go with purple. Probably.
Yeah, I do like the purple or like the classic animated series blue.
Yeah.
Because like the purple or blue, like it kind of implies like I kind of like just like the swelling of like the dead skin.
Yeah. If I were to be the person doing the color design, I'd probably go for like a really grayish. Oh God.
Did somebody say
No.
purple?
That should have been the reference image.
It should have been.
But like I would probably go for maybe like a very muted, like this comic books version of the purple, or like a very dark gray, like especially if you're implying how long he's been Two-Face. Because I think like Two-Face really, I think like the blue works because it also fits like the tragedy comedy kind of thing, because you have the very like youthful Harvey Dent face and then like the dark decrepit looking actual, like scarred face. And
the animated series had a lot of great villain designs.
Yeah. And then the red sky season happened, which did have some good designs. The Scarecrow design was really good. We don't talk about the Joker's design or Poison Ivy's design in that season, because I don't know why they made like Poison Ivy and Harley look so much more younger. I feel like that just, I don't know, man. They looked too teenagery for me when they got to the Red Sky season, when they were in the same universe as the Superman animated series. But yeah, I would go with purple. I think I'm going to stick with purple. You're the last one, Max, Mr. New Artist Man.
Yeah, I might lean towards. Let's see I believe this is a picture from it. I might lean towards. We are specifically talking about this the face and not the suit, right?
Yeah, the face.
Yeah, so probably going towards no, red because more realistic, assuming that it's like a big scar. And while the suit can still be like something more like a less of a comic book supervillain.
Yeah, I like that approach with like the suit being just more gray and tattered, because it's like he's never left that fucking suit. He must smell awful.
But yeah, I guess we answered that one, didn't we?
There's not a lot of questions that aren't like weird philosophical ones that I don't feel like answering after talking about the problematic nature of Peter Pan.
Absolutely fair. I mean, I have another one just came in on Twitter while we were talking. So I have two short ones, weird ones. So I can take it, and then you go to the FMK after those two.
I have a question.
Oh boy.
Too from Twitter. It wasn't directed at us, but I feel like it's an important question to ask. I'll put it in the chat. It also has a visual reference. What is the worst way to anthropomorphize a car?
The worst way?
Oh, that is.
Yeah, it's like in chat. I put the visual reference. It gives us 4 choices. I don't know. I want to see a show that does the third option. I love
the third option looks funny.
The third option looks great, but I can only imagine it's like the animatronics in the tiki room where you constantly hear like bang, 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 bang. But I would argue the worst one is the headlight one. I never liked car things where the headlights are the eyes. It gives me the like a lizard feel, and not in the good way.
I
Cars really just nails how to do anthropomorphic car faces, in my opinion.
Which one?
Cars, like the first option.
Yeah.
Where the windshields are the eyes, and then you have the mouth just on the.
I mean, I think the headlight one, it doesn't really bother me too much because like I
Same.
kind of always kind of seen them like that as a kid. The one where like, yeah,
The fourth one looks awful.
Yeah.
yeah, the third and fourth one are really strange.
The third one at least looks creative. It kind of gives me the
Yeah, it looks funny. It looks like it
House.
would be like Flappy.
I
But
feel
the
like
fourth one is like
they-
that's just a face on the windshield.
Yeah.
a kid just vandalized their parents' car.
Yeah.
Does this even
I
count
want-
as anthropomorphized?
I mean, if it's talking,
It reminds me of
Oh.
the little app from Midgets vs. Machine.
yeah. I don't know where this is from, but someone had this in
Oh,
the report
God.
that feed.
Oh, we have seen it
What
now.
is this?
Now the audience has to see it too. Sorry, audience. Blame Keyframe.
Fuck.
Oh my god, this is from a TV show,
Oh no.
and they also have a garbage truck.
Let me zoom
So
in a
much
bit
worse.
more. It's not
Oh
big
my
enough.
god, this is
There we
terrifying.
go.
Oh God!
What is this show?
Why are they human teeth?
No,
Oh,
we are back at Ugly Sonic with human teeth.
what is?
Like
All the
realistic
comments-
human
oh my-
teeth too. Like it has like the bicuspids, the incisors, and everything. It was like what the.
What is this show? What is this show? I need to know what this show is.
So we all have
Everyone-
found out what is the worst way to anthropomorphize a car. There is the answer. Thank you.
Oh my god, why?
It was neither 1, 2,
Also,
3, or
Odie,
4.
Stop making me pictures of animals with knives.
Okay, I guess back to Twitter.
Yeah, back to
Before-
Twitter.
before the
I'm gonna
nightmares
look up
become
what this
worse.
show is.
Okay, then from Luna, aka MCM London. Or is Luna at MC? Oh no, Luna is at MCM London. Never mind. Asking, not sure if this question was asked before or asked already, but what are your thoughts on the new games coming out soon? I have no idea if any specific games are referenced.
I
Oh.
think they're referring like if you click on it, they're referring to or replying to something, which
Is it multiverses? Because I'm excited for multiverses.
Oh, yeah, they are replying to J-Rock's question. So basically Kirby and Pokemon, so I have literally no opinion.
well the Pokemon games like Scarlet and Violet coming out.
I mean, I'm excited. Quaxley looks adorable, and he is my
Yeah,
son.
I do like Quack. I'm leaning towards Quaxley.
The fire type looks like it eats crayons in the dark, and that makes him a
Yeah.
precious baby.
But
And that's
Quaxley,
that
like
one-
once they revealed the name for Quaxley, I was like, that is the perfect name for a Pokemon.
It is the perfect name. And then it's if I got the fire starter, I would never evolve him. He's just going to be my 100 level crayon eating boy. But
yeah, I'm excited. I'm waiting to hear more news about it.
I
Or
want to see what the
more
evolutions
Pokemon.
are. I want to see people get really mad when they make the cat one bipedal because everyone's like, "Stop making the final evolutions bipedal." What do you want the thirst trap to always be on all fours? Because it's a 90% likelihood the cat's going to become the thirst trap one, unless they decide let's make the duck buff at the end, which would be funny.
Yeah, and also I guess if they're also referring to Kirby, I mean I did play through Forgotten Land and I 100%ed it. It's very fun. It's very cute.
It does look cute. I need to play it. I need to get a lot of Switch games. Also, I found out the fucking show this monster garbage truck is from. It's from a Swedish show. Thank you, Europe. Called Bilakuten.
Good thing we now know the name of it.
Well, yes, everything has human teeth.
Except for the
I
human.
raised you. I raise
Oh,
you.
God.
Teeth.
What the hell? I gotta tell Saber about this show. He needs to do a video on it.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. This will be the last image I send of this show. I'm sorry, but.
Yeah. Oh, the plane. I see the plane right here.
Yeah, but it was this image.
Oh, God!
Oh, yeah, there it is. There's so much why happening here.
Oh my God, what is this show? It doesn't have a Wikipedia page. It's a 5-minute children's show.
Well, Saber.
When did it come out?
It says nothing. It says nothing. It just tells me the creator, so I know. You know what? This guy looks like a DC villain, so I could see why he would be the one who made this show. Look at that suit. No one of good alignment wears a suit like this.
Oh man,
Wait.
yeah, I gotta tell Saber about this.
I was about to say
so
this
weird.
basically looks like a Spider-Man suit, and it is a Spider-Man suit. It's literally Spider-Man. How dare you say that that no good guy wears this kind of outfit? I mean, Spider-Man doesn't wear it as a suit, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a Swedish kids show. I need to know.
Is it a kids show where these monstrosities eat the kids? Because it kind of looks like it.
I mean, this is them on a roller coaster. Roller coasters have eyes and teeth.
Of course. But yeah.
Why is it always Swedish shows?
They're screaming because they're about to get eaten.
What is up with Central Europe and making these cursed designs? Who hurt you people? Like, besides, like, World War II.
Well, that's like Scandinavian Europe. Sweden?
I gotta look up more about this show later. Anyways, the FMK. FMK.
Oh.
Were we still? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm excited for Scarlet and Violet, and the new Kirby game looks fun. And Multiverses, which is another game that's coming out soon, looks like a lot of fun. I will be a Shaggy.
Yeah, I applied to like try to get a beta code or whatever, but I just have to wait.
The only game I know is coming out soonish, and by soonish I mean like in 2 years or something, is Mina, and I'm very excited for Mina. And
I'm very excited for that.
And I already
seen anything about Multiverses?
Mm-hmm. And
you get to play as Batman, and you get to.
I saw the trailer on Twitter going around it. No, I'm not excited for it. I don't like beat 'em ups.
But you get to be Batman.
They have probably been 30 games.
Beat up people with Shaggy.
I already could be Batman in the Arkham series. So
yeah, but you could. Yeah, but you could. Can you team up with Shaggy in the Arkham series?
Why would I?
So.
Yeah, Multiverses has Finn and Jake.
Yeah, and a very hot model of Velma.
And now we are talking. No, but yeah, Mina is literally the only game I know is coming out, and therefore I am excited about. And I already put my money where my mouth is. So
there is a very very important game coming out.
Oh my!
Literally this week.
Oh, do tell.
It's the pony game. The My Little Pony Maritime Bay Adventures.
As I said, Mina is and remains the only game I'm excited for that's coming out.
When I said that the universe of Chip and Dale's in its own pocket universe, and if you think a little bit too far out, Max lives in his own pocket universe, and if he tries to think past it, he'll start to deteriorate.
Basically, yeah.
Multiverses is outside of that. So he will respond by just crossing his arms and going la la la. Oh, God. Yes.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
To bring us home with Ash Nivna's question.
Oh.
Or Anasty Nivna's question, which came in very last minute, and I'm pretty sure we are the right crowd to answer it. Which Fortnite skin do you see as a romantic partner? Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag Ask Awkward.
Okay, Paleo, is there a context to this?
I don't know. Ash is a fan of Fortnite.
Apparently.
I mean, I do not like, because like the thing is, like, you could say literally anything and it's probably a skin.
At this point, yes.
I could literally say they had a Ghostbusters skin that came out right before I started playing Fortnite, so waiting for that to eventually come back one day. But yeah, fine. I'll just say the Ghostbusters skins. There you go. I win. Everyone wins.
Mine is the one with the thing and the deep dab.
Yeah, deep dab emote.
Okay, with this very...
Is yours thick Chung Lee Paleo?
Oh yeah, she did have a skin. Because I know there was like those rumors going around that Samus was going to get one, but that never happened.
I mean, my current skin in Fortnite is
Wait, what, you
I
have
think is. Well, yeah, I play Fortnite. I mean, I like shooting people.
actually playing Fortnite?
Is Cammy from Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
I mean, specifically, it's this skin that's in the middle of this picture is the one that I use because that's her alternate skin.
Oh, nice.
Let me share.
Yeah, midriff.
That one, that one can get it. I mean, I just love Cammy, so
Blip.
I want to, like that middle one with the cargo pants, hell yeah. So there you go.
Huzzah.
But yes, now it's time for the FMK.
Exactly, with this very important and serious
Speaking of
question.
fucking and romantic partners.
Oh boy, what a segue.
But yeah, I'll go with the thick Chun-Li then. Yeah.
Hell yeah, thick Chung-Li. The Fortnite knows how to model female skins. Like, they know. They know. So, Magical Dude says, nabbing the FMK as this show is in 3 hours and nobody has taken it. Thank you. Kia's been working hard lately with cons and streaming and the book for Angela's house, so let's give her a treat. Oh no. Fuck, marry, kill, Keyframe Simp Collection round 2. Oh. No.
I see.
Thank you for making this the FMK when we have Paleo, the friend I've been getting to know better recently, as my guest.
Yeah, he better gets to know you better. He does now.
Okay,
please
so we
read
have
the names.
We have Mr. Wolf from The Bad Guys.
Okay.
We have Hitch Trailblazer from MLP Gen 5.
Okay.
And then the live-action 80s Egon Spengler. So,
that's a...
This one. Is he visible on camera?
Yes, he is. Very much so. So yeah, that's FMK.
FMK, like for us?
Yeah, for all of us. FMK.
Oh man, you are going to hate me.
And you have the pleasure of going first, so yeah, and he leads out with, I hope you have fun with this. Also, according to the books that The Bad Guys is based on, Wolf's first name is Mo. Just fun trivia.
Huh.
Cool.
But yeah, speaking of Wolf, yeah, Mr. Wolf, I'd fuck. I'd marry Hitch because he has a paid-off mortgage.
Oh, Paleo, you are already getting on Keyframe's bad
I'm
side.
Sorry.
You're taking my gold digger
Exactly.
answer.
She's always marrying the gold. She's already.
And now you're gonna kill Egon. He's already dead in canon.
I'm sorry.
Don't listen to him, baby.
Paleo,
You're hurting his feelings. Can't you see the sadness on his face?
If only you would not have killed him, then I could have put. No, I went second last week, didn't I? So I could not have arranged for you to have to kill Egan. But yeah, why do you kill him? Why?
Wait, do I get isn't that like part of the question? Like I have to because like fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah, but you still need to explain.
Bullshit a reason why, or just because he's the last one?
Yeah, why is he more killable to you than Hitch or Wolf?
I don't know. I guess I just like Hitch and Wolf's character more.
The reason why is that he just doesn't like Egon.
Yeah, Egan is just so unlikable.
I like Egon just fine.
You heard it here. Paleo likes Egan so little that he wants to see him dead. This is his official answer that I have extracted from in between the lines because he was nice.
I'm more a fan of those two franchises than I am of Ghostbusters, I guess.
So you want to kill the entire franchise?
No, I didn't say that.
Stop incriminating Paleo.
I mean that's what I hear. If he would have to kill between MLP, a one-movie franchise and all
Yeah,
of
one-movie
Ghostbusters,
franchise, yeah.
he would rather keep the one-movie franchise and MLP alive than Ghostbusters. This is literally
Really?
what he said.
Max is really trying to get this beef between Awkwardcast
Oh,
and
that too.
POS.
I wasn't even thinking of it, but yeah, definitely.
All right,
Okay.
so I get to go next.
Yes, and I
So,
get whatever you leave me.
You fucked Wolf.
Uh-huh.
You killed Egon, and you married Hitch. Okay, so I'm going to kill Hitch.
No!
Because he's a horse. And I feel like it's against the law to do either marriage or fucking. So that's what's gonna happen there.
Well, he passes the what test is it? Let's see. It's like a fuck test for
yeah. I
characters.
know that he does, but for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sake
yeah.
of this argument, and then I'm going to marry Egon
Obviously.
because obviously.
I mean, yeah, in this case,
that
no
means that I
excellent.
would probably have to learn how to be a Ghostbuster if I want to be involved, and I get to own a proton pack. Everything is worth owning a proton pack. So yeah, I'm gonna marry Egon for love and equipment, and then I am going to. No, that doesn't work then, because then I'm still fucking the wolf.
Yep, you
Damn
are.
it.
You're fucking the wolf.
I wanted to work it out that you have to fuck Egon. So you have to fuck someone that looks like you. Let's see.
Harkness test.
Yeah, the Harkness test for fictional characters.
After Jack Harkness from Doctor Who, because we know he fucks everything.
All right, so I'm going to marry Mr. Wolf because you know what? I don't need to fix him. He's already been fixed.
But
so there you go.
You are just fucking Egon then?
Yeah, then I'm just fucking Egon.
Huh.
I could still steal a proton pack. Also, if I fuck him, and why wouldn't he?
I mean, you already were on a date with Egon, so it makes absolutely sense to eventually fuck him.
So I'm gonna fuck Egon, and hey, that means that at least then people could stop saying that he's asexual, which doesn't make sense in actual canon. He has a kid, so. But like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck Egon and steal a proton pack later. So, and then I'm gonna marry Mr. Wolf because, well, I would have to become a thief then. So I stole the proton pack. So there you go, Max. Now it's all you.
You probably left me with the worst possible constellation for me personally. Wow, I believe that's the first that I really hate everything, that I would not have wanted any of those answers as my answer.
You're welcome, dearie.
I mean, then again, would I have rather married Hitch than Egon? I don't know. Apparently, I'm marrying Egon because, obviously, he is a scientist. That makes him great marriage material, I guess. I mean, somebody in this marriage has to be the smart one.
He's almost as emotionless as you, so like.
Yes, what?
He's almost as emotionless as you.
Exactly. I mean, so it's kind of a match made in heaven.
Children.
Yeah, it's kind of made a match made in heaven. No, we don't have to worry about sex in the marriage because he has his ooze or slime or whatever. So he's already fine, and I can still go for the.
Everyone think? I know it's canonical. He fucked the slime. I know.
What?
Okay, in Ghostbusters 2, there is a mood slime that is in a giant river under New York City that's been feeding off the negative emotions of New Yorkers. And they collected some of it, and they were like, hey, it also responds to positive emotion. And Egon and Ray were saying, like, you know, we've been singing to it and saying nice things. And Peter's like, you're not sleeping with it, are you, Ray? But then the camera pans to Egon, who's just like...
Neither of them says no.
So
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so it is canon. Egon will fuck slime for science.
Exactly.
Which means that he's a freak. Which makes my choosing to fuck him even better.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, I gotta marry him, and our household will be very scientifically. Yeah, I mean, we will probably...
You don't have to stop him from drilling holes into his head, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a little bit. I literally have ferrets. I mean, I'm used to worse. So yeah, but yeah, I would say no, as you mentioned, we are we are on a similar level of emotionlessness. So we would get along perfectly fine without being called out by our respective partner for being not emotional enough. And then I got to sleep with Hitch.
You get to fuck a horse. Horse cock,
I
baby.
get to fuck a horse, and you know what they say about a horse's dick, I guess.
I mean,
Oh boy, oh boy.
Mr. Happy. Let's. Was it Mr. Happy or Mr. Hands that was the fucking thing where the guy died from fucking a horse?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Apparently, bestiality was not illegal in the state of Washington until 2002. If you want to know why it suddenly became illegal, watch Mr.
It's
Happy.
like, don't fuck a horse, you'll die.
There's a whole Sundance documentary about that.
well.
Anyways.
I probably should have just led with the killing, because that would have been a great cutoff point. No, and I then kill Mr. Wolf from the bad guys for you might consider it a slightly selfish reason, but you see, I'm living in the good old nation of Germany. And I believe in week 2 or 3, there was already no English dub anymore in the cinema. And that made me angry. So I want to kill everybody involved with this movie, which includes the protagonist, Mr. Wolf, who, as we learned from the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, yeah, exactly, one from which we learned from Chip and Dale, is an actual living, breathing, existing entity somewhere in Hollywood. And I will go to Hollywood and I will kill the actual physical being, Mr. Wolf. Yeah, exactly, because I'm so angry. I mean, you could argue that while I'm there, I could just watch it in English in cinema in the US. But I already came there with a different intention, and I picked him for killing, and I'm sticking to the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. I guess that's awkward.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. Artwork and analysis, which you do not